Hello and welcome to my career map presentation. My name is Krista Myers. I grew up in a very small town in northern Michigan, about 1.5 hours south of that bridge you see right there, which is the Mackinac Bridge. That will take you to the Upper Peninsula. Very cold, very unforgivingly cold there. I graduated high school, went on to further my studies at Western Michigan University in Kalamazoo. Go Broncos. I had a focus in broadcast journalism, specifically radio. Now, of course, I'd heard the rumors about how tough that industry was to stay with, how unstable it was. But had I not taken that chance, I would have never got to experience the memories and the adventures that came along with that career. I graduated in 2003 and immediately headed down to the Sunshine State. I lived in Florida for about 4 years, broke into the broadcast industry as a traffic reporter for Southern Florida, and took up a little skydiving as well. From there, I landed my first morning show gig in New England. I lived in New Hampshire and Vermont for a few years, and most of you are very familiar with the weather. There in the autumn, it's absolutely beautiful with the foliage. There's also a mud season and, of course, copious amounts of snow, which, is perfect for skiing, which I did a lot of while I was there. I absolutely enjoyed it. And that's me right there at the top of Mount Killington, and another shot from the chairs at Jay Peak. So that was a lot of fun. A few years later, I landed another morning show gig out in the state of Oregon. And Oregon, I actually did 2 radio shows. I did my morning show, which was country, and then I had about 20 minutes before my second show, which was a metal show, where my name was Rock Bitch. Needless to say, I met a lot of country artists and some metal rockers as well, like Static X that you see there. And I ended up learning how to hang glide. Now, I was there for a few years and lost that job due to a format change, which took me back to the Midwest. Here I'm in Illinois, and this was just a morning show gig for adult contemporary, which is a fancy way to say soft rock. So while I was in Illinois, I had a nice surprise, a very, very happy surprise from my parents when they introduced me to the dog that I had picked out that I was getting ready to pick up in Detroit, and they surprised me by bringing her to me. So this is my dog right here. Her name is Kaya, and she continues to be the love of my life. It was at this stage in my life, incidentally, where I was in my early 30s, and I was kind of getting sick of moving around all the time. So I made a promise to myself that if I lost this job due to a format change, I was going back to school, no ifs, ands, or buts. Fast forward 2 years, and I'm back in Michigan with the folks. Nothing like living on your own for over a decade just to come back home, but it wasn't that bad. I got to spend some great quality time with them. I did hang up my headphones for good when it comes to the radio industry. However, I was accepted into this wonderful curriculum at Quinnipiac University. So that worked out great for me. I've had a lot of fun in this curriculum, and I've learned more than I ever thought I would in such a short amount of time. However, I stayed home for about a year with the folks and then ended up moving full circle back down to the Sunshine State where I currently live. I am determined to continue to grow roots here and have the jobs come to me for once in my life rather than me going to them, which is another reason that I really enjoy this curriculum. I have met a wonderful life partner. You can see him right here, and his dog Marley, and they're best friends, my dog Kaya and Marley, and we're one big happy family. We get to go to the beaches as often as we possibly can. In fact, this shot right here on the pontoon was just taken 2 weeks ago, and it's January. This is why I love this state. So we have a lot of fun here. What I would like to do in terms of after graduation depends largely on the outcome of my project. If the project ends up being good and I'm proud of it, then I will likely get into web design. However, if it doesn't go so well, I'll probably fall back into production, specifically film, or maybe even social media management, since I do have the dual focus with both. So we'll see what happens. I will continue to keep you posted. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching my career map presentation. My name is Krista Myers.